Alright everybody, welcome back to Mini World Quest Extravaganza Part 2. Today we are going to continue with our world quests in this area as we prepare to go into Archon Quest Act 4. Why am I not moving? There we go. Today we are trying to, raise the lava. Yes. Quest area reached. We just got here last time. We need to feed the tree, and it wants lava for dinner. Last time we'd arrived, whoa god. We saw a chest, we opened the chest, and that's about it for what we did down here. Side note, it took me so long to figure out how to get back down here. Oh my god. I did find a nice chest. A precious chest, actually, with another obsidian fragment in it, so that was nice. But in the meantime, it was kind of hard to come back down here, which makes me think this quest only wants us to be down here once and won't ask us to come back down here again. Otherwise they would have given us a nice convenient teleporter, one thinks. Alright, so the answer to lava troubles is not to give it explosives, surprisingly. But just an aphid, so those... Oh yeah, of course, standard disclaimer, I'm still coughing, I'm so sorry. We will get through this together. But those are the things that, Auroron is fighting with. Wow, there really is an endless flow of lava around here. If we smash it open here, we'll all be swallowed up by the lava. Hi, guys. So cute. Right, there were these rocks. That's gonna hit me. Running away. I want to get closer. I see some flammogranates right over there. Let's use those. Paimon is saying, I believe that if I open this now, I will be crushed by lava to my death. Which is probably a fair concern. No, maybe they'll give us, a teleporter down there. If we get into another chamber. Another opening? Let's explore this first. Oh, hello, little enemy. This is definitely a new place. As much as I love using her skill to jump forward, I'm trying to remember to do that first. Just so I get a little bit more of a bond of life at the very beginning. Let's drop my rock. I want the geo damage once it explodes. Oh, how nice of you to so kindly come down from the rock. Appreciate it. I think those two went both right over my head. Nice. Speaking of which... Hey! Must have gotten it a little bit because we got that crystallized. I love how fighting a pyro enemy gives her an instant melt reaction. Hey! Ooh, ignited seeing eye. What cool drops. I don't think I've read that before. Ignited seeing eye. Oh ho ho, yes, I haven't read this yet. Avatar of Lava. Let's see. A shard obtained from the body of a defeated Avatar of Lava. Though it has been shattered to a great extent, on the inside it still continues to burn. Perhaps this is a testament to the extraordinary vitality of phlogiston. A condensed pile of burning matter obtained from the body of a defeated Avatar of Lava. It emits a slight heat. Attempting to stop a stone pile of this size from incessantly burning away would be a hard task indeed. It is said that this is some primordial form of life! Okay, last time we saw primordial water, now we're seeing perhaps primordial, fire. Core retrieved emits considerable heat. It is said that once such a core has formed, left to itself, it will develop into a new avatar of lava. In ancient times, it was once believed that all forms of life could be traced back to conflagration. And that in the spark of burning matter lay the origins of the soul and sentient wisdom. Perhaps the very existence of avatars of lava would bear out such a belief. Or perhaps it was the emergence of this theory that explains how they came to inhabit the land of Natlan. You know, thinking or speaking of Fontaine... Is this the way I came? No. Okay. Wasn't there some book somewhere that said something about... I'm trying to remember. There were civilizations... Were there then floods or firestorms? Perhaps both, because we do know that there were indeed floods. But didn't they say something about fire crossing the land and destroying all these civilizations? Hooray! Kind of ringing a bell there, but I might be remembering incorrectly. In any case, I would very much believe it if there were multiple forms of primordial life and primordial energy. If I get your phlogiston, will it heal me? No. Okay, just thinking about those, like, little crescent moon-shaped phlogiston centers that heal you. Ooh. Oh, those are those berries. Nihita would be very useful right now. To be fair, though, I don't think I need those for anyone or anything. Wow, this is quite the chamber. Break the large solidified magma. This should be the back of that big rock. Let's smash it from this side. Oh, because this is the flow side. Smart. There it goes. Lava waterfall. Uh-oh, the lava's rising. The roots of the flammagranate tree are glowing where they meet with the lava. Oh, that's good. Hooray. Healing. They look like gems. Beautiful. Ah, now, this should be the normal look of things. Flammagranate trees truly are mysterious. When I followed my father around as a little lad, it was witnessing this scene that convinced me that I must take care of the trees as he did. Will this allow the flammagranates to mature? That's right. Not only that, but with your help, these ones have been stocked full of absorbed phlogiston. They'll make for the best flammagranates ever. Huh? Is that an earthquake? No, wait! The lava's rising! Come on, run! To the high ground! I have the high ground now, phlogiston. Escape! Wow, I sure hope I got all these chests. I assume I did. And if not, I should be able to come... That looks like an Achille Knocknut. Wow. But yeah, if I didn't get everything, hopefully they'll let me come back at some point. Wow, it is still coming. Very scary. Flee quickly. Is this whole area really going to light up? That's super cool. You escape with some difficulty? That was way too scary. What in the world happened back there? That lava just came bubbling out from underground like sludge. Let me catch my breath for a bit. I think blowing the rocks up might have been too much agitation for the lava. Still, you sure it won't be a problem that it surged up so high? You know, when a withered flower sucks in too much water? Well, that's a good point, but at the same time, the liquid phlogiston levels will drop slowly until it becomes stable, just as before. That said, thanks to that, look, you two. Look at the Mountain King Flammagranate's color. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Yeah. Looks quite rich now. How wonderful. Wow, such perfect coloration. Whoa! No longer is this green, but a ripe orange. Ah, just the sight of it's enough to make you feel warm. Perhaps we'll be able to pick them after a few more days of observation. I love the butterflies. What do you think? Phlogiston butterflies? How pretty. The Mountain King's not been in the best shape in recent years. If it eats this fruit, things might take a turn for the better. Either way, I can't thank you enough. This isn't much, but take it as a token of my gratitude. We'll take it gladly then. Wait, didn't you say you'd have Poca fork out the lion's share? I was kidding! What's hers and hers? What's hers is hers, and what's mine is mine. We're not so close that I would bill her for helping me out. But, well, what did I say? I'm the Flammagranate expert, aren't I? Guess you're an excellent expert, on top of being a great guard. Alright then, let's head back up, and try not to faint this time. That won't happen so easily now that things have stabilized here. But anyway, the pass, please. It's an important item as far as our tribe's concerned, after all. Ah, right. But what if we want to swing by again? If you're just swinging by to have another look around, I'm just going to have to keep one eye closed, just as a young Quasaurus might. That's what Poca said, too. Alright, that's settled. Once and for all, something Poca, she said she would be waiting for us under the tree. She did. Wow! Look at the map! Now, he did mention, what was his name, T-Sock? He did mention that it should lower again over time, so maybe we will be able to go back down there. Eventually. I wouldn't be surprised if there's already new arrangements of puzzles and chests down there, but there's that opening as well. The map is still there. That's so cool, there's lava here now! Nice. Alright, so she's under the tree. Can we see the tree on the map? It's here, isn't it? Cool. Let's go there. Go check in with her. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Wow! Does that look different than before? I think it does. That's so cool. They're so glowy now. That's really nice. So she might be here, or since this is where those enemies typically spawn, she might be back by the entrance to the cave. Hi guys! Would you like to fight?
Alright,
Sounds good! Attack the humans first.
let's finish this next time.
Gets out of the fire. Can I get some more cryo? Wonderful. That guy's kind of up there until he comes down. There he is. Huzzah. Oh, not huzzah.
Everlasting as the moon.
Almost huzzah. There we go. Wonderful. I hit an all-time new high with Arlecchino the other day. I think it was fighting slimes or something. So you know. They were probably Hydro Slimes. Very weak to Pyro. Not the most resistances, so on and so forth. There she is, I think. Is that T-Sock? Oh, I think that's T-Sock. But I was very proud of it. And sure enough, it claimed my Purveyor achievement. Look at this. I'm so happy about it. I saw that number on my own screen. 196949. Wonderful. Fantastic. I was just delighted that it happened in the overworld. That is a highlight for me. There she is, I think. Is that you? It is! Hi, Boca. You're back! You were gone quite a while, too. So, how did it go? Run into any problems? Well, we sure got a lot done down there. Can you tell Poca what happened down by the roots? So he really pulled it off. Brilliant. Now we can tell Wayna. Now we can tell Wayna that we won't be needing to trouble the Masters of the Nightwind or the Collective of Plenty about this matter. What did I tell you? I knew he could do it. Huh. So you're saying that Wayna already knew there was something wrong with the Flamigranate tree's roots? Of course. We're all well aware of what's been going on with the Mother Flamigranate tree. T-Sock's the only one who'd think that no one else had noticed and go about trying to solve the problem all by himself. Anyway, despite being so set in his way of thinking, there's something quite endearing about his obstinacy. And once again, thanks to the two of you, Vega and Paimon. In truth, though, I had heard your names a long time ago. After all, as couriers, staying in the loop is how we make a living. So I simply gave you a little nudge along the way. By leaving that path somewhere, you'd come across it. Wow, Poca. And notice how she's a lot less nervous this time? Was it all an act, Poca? Wow. Wow. Oh, so that was you. Indeed. Well, I'm guessing that block had already rewarded you, so what kind of person would I be if I gave you any less than he did? Here, take these. And please, with this reward, let our past grievances be forgotten, eh? I have to respect it. That's quite clever of her. I've never been I've never been more happy to see Mora. Yeah, Krabby. That's wow. She really just straight up manipulated us, because when we first met her, she acted all, you know, nervous and frightened for T-Sock's life. But it was just all a ploy to get us to help her. It's interesting that she heard of us, and so she knew that we would be able to help, and how to get us to help. Even understood enough that we pass through here quite often in order to plant the past where we might see it. But she didn't quite know us well enough to know that we would just help if she asked. Still, I appreciate that she paid us for our troubles. Hello. Okay, next up, I have a little list of quests here. We need to go somewhere. I put a little marker. Did I? Oh! Let's get that. I think I need to go over here or over here. There's a quest up there. That's all I know. Let's go get that teleporter and kind of make our way around. You know, would this be higher up? Maybe if I follow the path. How high are these cliffs? Pretty tall, right? Not terrible. I could probably climb it, but... Oh, this is going to take us right by that Fatui encampment. Yeah. Wow. These guys. Okay, so let's kind of... Let's see. My map. Yeah, I think last time I went down that path is how we found the underground Fatui area. But I do want to stay above ground this... Hey, is there a chest over there? No, there isn't. I've definitely cleared out those guys on that platform before. Whee! Alright. And then she hates climbing. Whoa! Is that a geo? Wow, have I seen one of these guys before? I think I did once by the shadow pins. You look so cool, my friend. Let's do this while we still can. And do this. See, Lolly, I'm still working on fighting her boss. Okay, come on, Seat Lolly. You've got our Night Soul's blessing. Show us what you've got. Don't like this. I was trying to dodge through that last one. I don't know if I succeeded. It was a little hard with the limited room to maneuver that we have. This rock. That went quite fast. Yeah, okay, I think I did fight one of those guys before.
A reward on the road.
By the shadow pins. And there's a thing. Oh god, I'm getting flashbacks to that other tall rock that has a pond like this and some, what are you guys called? Tibetlosaurs? Yeah. And the Shard of the Depths. There's that one chest I could never open for the life of me. I should have one key, and I do. Yay! Wow, that is so beautiful.
A reward on the road.
Wow, 80. That's cool. The way the little pieces shatter into star-like fragments. Fascinating. Beautiful. I love it. Oculus over here. Wow, right there. Reminds me of the very first Oculus I saw in Larua. It was by a tree, not in a tree. It was like under the tree. I had to use a rock to get to it, if I remember correctly. What memories? Hello, Samaru. Ooh, another chest over there, and there's a Fatui chest. Well, don't mind if I do. Especially because I think our teleporter is in that direction. Perfect. Ooh. Oh, berries. I thought they might be Cicalali's berries. They're just regular berries. But yeah, Cicalali. I think I have all the berries I need for her. I just need to fight the boss a couple more times. And I keep running through all my resin. I'm trying to let it recharge right now so it doesn't refill really late at night. You know? Ooh, they're outside my circle. I don't like that. It's okay. Get this guy out of here first. Oh my god! Oh, I got them at the same time! That actually startled me when the other guy collapsed.
Is this an answer from this world?
I did not realize they were so close together. Okay, don't forget about the teleporter. Teleporter time, yes. I was about to go on a whole berry picking quest. That is not the priority at the moment, though. That's interesting. Why would they give me Yumkasaurus thing if I don't need it? Ergo. What do I need it for? What kind do you think this is? I think Pyro. It was Cryo! Even better. I forget that Lolly's shield actually might be able to, shield a little bit these days. I definitely need to get her more EM. I think we talked about this last time, too. But unfortunately, at this point, I think the only way I'm going to be able to get her more EM is through a weapon. Hey, scaling the scorched mountain? Oh, for the fairest, help the roots of the flamigranate tree absorb enough liquid phlogiston such that the mountain king flamigranate ripen. Just did that, how wonderful. Maybe this is a good place to camp? Enter a rest area through the glowing ruined pillars for the second time. Aha! The punchy Saurian! Emerge victorious from the duel thanks to the power of your Saurian companion. Aww. Thank you, Jasper. Every contact leaves a trace, and Source Crackers lie both the beginning and the end. Was that from that world quest we did with the kidnapping? That was such a world quest. Scaling the Scorched Sacred Mountain, excuse me. Unlock all teleport waypoints in the following areas. I see. Scorched Sacred Mountain. Interesting. But yeah, world quests. Sometimes they give you world-shaking lore. Sometimes they give you a soap opera. Sometimes they're kind of in between. Why is that rock sparkling? What's in there? Don't hurt her. That's so mean.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's
Going all out because of that.
suffer the wrath of
I saw a 130 and a 140. Would have been a 13 and a 14. But you know what? I can pretend. Iron?
A reward on the road.
Yay. This is wonderful. We're, Ooh, sure. We're recharging our primos. How did this happen? Huh. There's one place in this world. I forget. Hey, small island right there. I forget where exactly it is. Huh. But there's one place where every time I go there, there's just randomly foul on the ground. And I remember being very close to a teleporter. I think it's in Larua, near one of my mining spots. Every single time I go there, there's foul in the water. And I'm like, how does this keep happening? Who is dying here? Normally when it's foul over water, I think, well, whenever there's collectibles in water, shall we say, I always think it's lightning, because when lightning strikes water, it can kill the fish, right? Okay. If you insist. But how could lightning be happening or be hitting foul so often and it's not even raining? So clearly it's something else. Just supremely unlucky foul, I suppose. Ooh. They were talking for a second. I thought that might be a world quest. Sparkles. Oh, goodbye, Eats Papa.
Are you here to play with me?
Sure. The same here. No, don't fight the seasons. Fight the guy.
witness my rise.
Is there another mage? Oh my good. Ah! Ran right off the cliff. I guess we did not kill the season. I see. There we go. No, she blinked away again. And then she died. He tried to escape. Really jumped right off the cliff because of that, ultimate. That's too funny. Okay. Well, there is somebody down here. But they're moving around like people I can fight. So let's stay up while we can. And go for my second guess, which was... Oh, we already checked out the watering hole. We just peeked at this, I think. No, we peeked at this. See the little tent? Okay, I want to go see what that is. There's a crater. With something in it. Is that solid phlogiston? And there's the second crater. Wow! What caused these? There's our world quest. Wonderful. That's what I'm looking for. What is that? Indwell and attack to activate resonant rocks. Well, I'm assuming that's going to have to do with our world quest. So let's go talk to whoever this is first. So, if I wasn't so attached to Starfell Lake, I might start thinking that this might be... Okay. This is very persuasive. You know how I've been looking for our impact crater this whole time? I've realized that there's probably at least 3. Because there's probably 2 from when us and our sibling fell to Tevat the first time. And then there's probably 1 more when we were kicked out of, from when we were kicked out of the sky by the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles. I assume we were, because we were captured in some cubes, famously, right? And then we woke up on the surface of Tevat, so we must have been dropped at some point, right? So I bet there's 3 craters. Maybe more, who knows? You know, what if we could see on the map? This one we can see on the map. It's not huge, but it's of significant size. I want to look at the chasm really quick. I'm so curious about it because it's so twisty. I think it has its depth because of all the mining, but why does it twist like that? Scanning my brain really quick to see if I remember if they told us. I know the chasm is an entity in and of itself. I know it used to be flooded with water at one point, so it might have been below sea level. Might have been risen. Is that the phrase? Might have been lifted. Anyways, hello, my child. What can you tell me about this? Ooh. Oh, okay. Maybe this is Dragon Civilization related, actually. Not Impact Crater related, but still, I'll take it. Ooh.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Whoa, you scared me half to death. What if I fell? How would you pay me back? My hidden powers haven't been awakened yet, you know? I'm just a helpless little child.
Sorry. Paimon didn't mean to give you a fright. But hidden powers? Would you develop some super duper ultimate technique or something?
Look, it's called a hidden power for a reason. If it's hidden, how the heck would I know what it is? He's got a point. So young, yet so full of baloney. You know, for a second there, I thought that said, yet so full of destiny, which I thought was a fun thing to say. Let's go with he's got a point.
Look, let's put all that to the side for now. Can you help me find the star shards? I've saved up quite a bit of pocket money from helping out Mama Coco, and you can have every last more.
Star shards? What's a star shard? Do you suppose it's really some sort of celestial shard, or the shard of something that fell? Or do you think it's just called that because of the way it looks? Can you tell us more?
Well, since you're asking us for help, could you at least tell us your name? By the way, Paimon's Paimon, and this is Vega.
Vega's kind of staring him down. Maybe she's just as interested in the star shard mention as I am.
The name I use now is nothing but a code name, that's all. But everyone calls me Orko, so you might as well too. Now, about those star shards, will you help? So, just what is a star shard? Doesn't sound like it's something you can come by too easily. They're shards split up from stars that fell from the sky. As long as you find them and return them to their original spot, you can regain the power that was lost. Look, a fallen star is just down below. There's gotta be some leads to find star shards down there. Come on, please, give me a hand. Okay, we'll help you out this time. Still though, star shards and lost power and whatnot? That feels like something out of a novel.
You've never even heard the story of Qoyllor? We did hear this story. My dad's told me it a million times. I've got it completely memorized. I'd be happy to share it with you. Please do. You know what? I think it's note-taking time. Unfortunately, I didn't write down those names last time, so I don't remember what we learned. Qoyllor? Looks familiar to me. I remember that name, but Ukuku actually isn't too familiar. Is that the same name as we heard last time? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Ha! They just gave it to me! Did they just give it to me? Oh my god, they did! Oh, I want to read this so badly. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read this. I'm going to take it super slow. Wish me luck. Volume 1. Long, long ago, that dim star was as bright as all the other stars you now see. Yet the lives of the tribespeople were much the same as they are in the present day. To you, this way of life may seem overly familiar, perhaps nothing special, even lacking in excitement. But for Qoyllor, who lived on that star, it was anything but ordinary. Though the star that Qoyllor lived on was the one that was closest to the tribes, yet she was still inestimably far away from her brothers and sisters. Like you, she was always full of curiosity for things she didn't understand. Just as we who live on the ground gaze up in awe at the starry sky, she too would often look down with great interest upon the tribes on the ground. But one day, Qoyllor leaned too far forward and accidentally fell from the sky. Falling to the ground, the star lost its former brilliance, and her power shattered into fragments that were scattered across the land. Her father, the sun, had entrusted her with this power, exhorting her to guard it carefully. But now, without that power, she could never again return to the sky. Qoyllor reflected upon how, when she was simply observing it from the star, life on the ground had seemed so fascinating to her. Yet now that she had to give up her original life and become a part of it, it all seemed far less satisfying. For a long time, Qoyllor wandered alone, facing many dangers, for the wilderness back then was far more perilous than it is now. Yet despite her tribulations, she found nothing. Later, by utter chance, she met Ukuku, a hunter from the tribe, and things began to change. Ukuku was a fierce warrior, as strong and silent as a bear. Upon learning of Qoyllor's plight, he agreed to help her search for the scattered shards of her star, then send her back home. He prided himself on his skills as a hunter, both his prowess in the chase and, of course, his mastery of the art of tracking too. Alright, so already this is sounding a lot more familiar. This reminds me where we heard this story before. Isn't this the story that's involved with the Shrouded Island? Getting Qoyllor back home up into the sky. Really want to come back to this first paragraph, but we'll come back to that later. So, side by side, they set off on their roamings. They climbed high mountains and scaled great peaks, ventured into deep ravines and gloomy caverns, and in the process, defeated hordes of enemies and made scores of friends. Under Ukuku's watchful guidance, Qoyllor grew accustomed to life on the ground. Just like you and me, perhaps even better than some of us. She hunted, fought, and rested with saurians, recounted the incredible stories she had heard from the mouths of the storytellers to the children of the tribe, ate tatakos, and chased after the Monitu. Yet occasionally, on those nights back then unlit by glowing graffiti, the stars in the night sky would suddenly remind her of her distant home. Now, she was even further from her brothers and sisters. Did they miss her too? After years of fruitless searching, Qoyllor began to wonder. Perhaps, in the same way that she had become a part of the tribe, her lost power had long since been found. Perhaps the birds, beasts, insects, and snakes had claimed it for their own? When she asked Ukuku if he had grown tired of chasing such an elusive goal, the only answer he gave was a short, "Sorry." What a tongue-tied hunter, she thought to herself, yet his heart is kind. Am I remembering correctly that Ukuku betrayed her, and he collected the star shards for himself? We'll see. Besides, they had been searching blindly from the very start, and it was by any reckoning a difficult task. And besides, it really had nothing to do with Ukuku from the first, so his apology was utterly misplaced. Thinking back on how this quiet hunter had taken such good care of her, Qoyllor could only marvel at his kindness. Later on, Qoyllor and Ukuku were to form a family together, settling down in a corner of the tribe. And to think, the young children of the tribe had not the slightest inkling that one of their neighbors had fallen from the stars. Qoyllor had always been of a cheerful disposition, and when things happened that could not be helped, she simply let them be. Though her homeland was now far out of reach, the twinkling stars seemed to greet her as if they were her brothers and sisters themselves, and so she was content. But Ukuku, whose wish had seemingly come true, became even more silent and gloomy than before. Some said it was just his nature, while others speculated that he was haunted by guilt as a result of having failed to fulfill his promise to Qoyllor. Such theories each have their merits, but, as you know, when someone harbors an unspeakable secret, they tend to appear melancholy, and this was certainly the case with Ukuku. But what exactly was the secret that Ukuku was hiding? Forgive me, I must keep you in suspense for now, and instead return to the matter of neighbors. It is said that a relative far off is less helpful than a neighbor close by. And in the tribe, we always rely on the support of our neighbors and friends. As bad luck would have it, their neighbor Pochika was a sort of troublemaker who had never gotten along with Ukuku. He had always tried to make things difficult for Ukuku, but as long as Ukuku ignored him, things never escalated. So, before Qoyllor's arrival, they managed to coexist. But Qoyllor's presence ignited a spark of jealousy in Pochika, and once that spark was lit, it could not be so easily extinguished. Ukuku is a kind person, and kind people always put the needs of others above their own. Of course, Pochika was well aware of what the other tribespeople thought of Ukuku, but he clearly saw things differently. What a bore he is, complete and utter bore. But I can use his kindness against him, and in the end, it will save me much trouble. Pochika's plan was very simple. He would, from time to time, speak badly of Ukuku in front of Qoyllor, adding a bit of color here and there, embellishing his stories with malicious barbs. You might wonder how such a clumsy trick would work, but do not forget, the extreme reticence, even gloominess, that Ukuku had shown of late would be hard to bear for someone whose origins were as special as Qoyllor's. Ah, look at you, like a bird that has had its wings clipped. When he was talking to Qoyllor, Pochika always took on an air of intimacy. He's always been like this. Whenever he found a bird he liked, he'd clip its wings to stop it from flying away, then lock it in a cage. Pitiful. Truly pitiful. At first, Qoyllor paid no attention to her vindictive neighbor's gossip, but after years of hearing it time and time again, she could not help but begin to have doubts. She longed to know what was in Ukuku's heart, but neither did she want to make a big deal out of nothing, so she tried probing with a few comments disguised as playful remarks. Yet always Ukuku seemed unwilling to engage, either dodging her questions or simply adopting his usual gloomy demeanor and answering only with heavy silence. Now, let us return to the secret that Ukuku had kept hidden within his heart. Everything he did only served to deepen Qoyllor's suspicions, and she was the type that liked to get to the bottom of things. After all, if it wasn't for that, she would never have fallen from her star in the first place. Under the pressure of her questioning, Ukuku soon confessed his secret. It turned out that, in the course of their past travels together, he had indeed found some star shards. In other words, the goal that had always seemed so elusive to Qoyllor was not entirely without its clues. But by that time, Ukuku had already developed feelings for her, and he knew that when the day came when all the shards had been found, Qoyllor would return to the stars, and they would never see each other again. As I see it, it is hard for anyone to persist in something that goes against their nature for long, and Ukuku was no exception to this rule. When he finally revealed his innermost secret, it was as if a heavy weight had been lifted from his shoulders, and even the gloom on his face seemed to lessen. Yet, having heard his confession, Qoyllor felt only sadness and anger. Deceit and betrayal were things she had never before known, but now she understood their bitter pang. She really was a bird whose wings had been clipped. Thinking such a thought only served to convince Qoyllor that Ukuku's actions could not be forgiven. And as we all know, though it takes a great time to build, deep trust can be destroyed in an instant. Qoyllor demanded that Ukuku hand over the star shards he had hidden, but Ukuku refused. He could not bear the thought of parting with her, still believing that as long as he kept her close, there was always a chance that he might turn things around. But this was a vain idea, for as we all have our limits when it comes to forgiveness, and those vary from person to person, so for Qoyllor did the buck stop at deceit and betrayal. Ignoring his pleas, Qoyllor left the tribe she had once considered home, returning to the same wilderness she had wandered when she first fell down to the ground. But this time it was different. She knew what she had to do. Like a true person of Natlan, she left a huge work of graffiti on the vast expanse of land. How big was it? Though it can now be seen no longer, it is said that those who witnessed it at this time remarked that it might well have been bigger than a volcano. You could not have missed such a gigantic piece of graffiti. even if you were gazing down from the sun itself. And indeed, that was her intention. Let her lost power be, she thought to herself. Whether hidden by Ukuku or claimed by the birds, beasts, insects, and snakes, it mattered not. For she could always turn to her father, the one who had bestowed this power upon her in the first place, and was willing to accept any punishment that may come her way. And lo, Qoyllor's sun-father saw her plea, quickly bringing her back to the sky. That star that had lost its power became dim, and was now almost invisible unless you looked very closely. Would Qoyllor still look down at the land, observing the lives of the people below as she once did? I do not know the answer to that, but what is certain is that she was reunited with her many brothers and sisters, returned to a place that even the mightiest Iktomasaur could not reach. As for Ukuku, who had been left behind, his deceit and betrayal angered the sun. As punishment, he was blinded by the sun's golden arrows. From then on, wherever he went, the sun would retreat behind the clouds, leaving him without a trace of sunlight. Even their child Guntur, who was still very young at the time, was affected by this. As a result, he was unable to form a single friendship with any Saurian until he had grown up to be a young man. But as for Kuntur's adventures thereafter, well, that is another story entirely. Okay, so, actually wait, I forgot to talk about the things I wanted to talk about. So, oh, and let's read the volume description. A long-standing Natlan folktale that was originally told orally. As such, there is now no way of knowing who the original author was. That is beautiful to start. It does look very Nightwindy, doesn't it? So, first of all, small note. It was interesting, I was noticing that they always just referred to the tribe. They didn't specify. I get the feeling that this story has spread probably throughout all the tribes, and so whoever tells it speaks of the tribe as being their tribe. But in this written form, it's unspecific. Yeah, so this matches up with the story that we heard from it was that one guy on that cliff with the thing looking at the island, right? You know, that one guy. Qoyllor was a star who fell. Speaking of stars falling and starfall, haha. Star that fell, shattered, and returned to the sky. Super interesting to me how the sun was always capitalized. We haven't seen a lot of sun-based myths in this world yet. So this personification of the sun is very interesting. Trying to fit that into the framework that we know surrounding the heavens and the celestial bodies and the shades and the gods. Who is the sun in this case? With this being a tale, is it an analogy for someone that we already know of? Or is this a new part of the system that we're learning about? Looks like their child is going to have his own tale. We have to find that at some point. There was something else I wanted to say. The star shards. Still, it was cool to see Qoyllor's character development at the end. Super cool, yeah, because she went, originally she was afraid of her father's anger, and then later on, she was willing to accept the punishment. And there was none. Oh, well, at least none that they mentioned. This mention of the power being claimed by the birds, beasts, insects, and snakes kind of reminds me actually of phrasing from the Enkonomiya records. Let's see if I can find those. Wow. The Ukuku collection, which got a god killed, is only a 3-star? Amazing. It's the one about this part, I think. Right here. Yeah, 400 years after the held branches. The primordial one and one of its shades created the birds of the air, the beasts of the earth, and the fish of the sea. Flowers, grass, trees, and humans. So birds, beasts, fish. Flowers, grass, trees, humans. And here we have, birds, beasts, insects, and snakes. So it was similar phrasing, slightly similar. That reminded me of the Ukuku collection, which makes me think that, both of these books are telling the history of what happened just in slightly different ways. Super cool. Man, I want to review the Ukuku collection now. Been a while. I feel like I should just reread that periodically. Anyways, let's do this. Call that a star shard?
Whew, I'd have never made it by myself. Thank you. Oh, this is the fallen star? If you look at it up close...
Vega, what does it look like to you? Does it look like anything to you, oh starfarer? Ah, a mysterious power is surging through my body. What a weird rock.
It definitely looks peculiar enough. But is Paimon just a bit slow? He doesn't feel any kind of mysterious power from it at all.
Wow. And if Paimon can't sense the power, then there can't be any. That is our energy sensing god right there.
So, what's next? We'll have to rely on our raw strength. Hit it with all the might of a Tibelosaurus, and maybe we'll find out where the missing fragments are. Brute force can solve most problems. That's what my dad says. But I still haven't awoken in my strength. And I don't have my own Saurian either. So you're all I've got.
No worries, kid. Dad'll be happy for sure. You're not doing this for him, are you? You're doing it for yourself, right? Who knows? But yeah, so that thing we saw earlier is almost certainly one of the things we're looking for, right? Oh, there's a little health bar. There we go. Oh, I'm breaking it? That's so sad.
Look, that shining patch on the wall, it...
Corresponds to fragments or something? Alrighty, Captain. I'm on it. Boop. Star shard. No way. Strange fragment that Orko termed a star shard. It looks like... Doesn't that kind of look like something? It looks like... this. Huh? Star silver. Fascinating. Do you suppose they have the same origin? A strange fragment. Yeah, termed a star shard. Hey, Orko, tell me more. Dad'll be happy for sure. What, am I supposed to find more? Let's see why we're not tracking. There it is. Look for the objective. Oh, there's more. Ah, I see. I missed a couple. At least one. What do you think? I could totally see this mineral, or whatever you want to call it, being formed through the impact metamorphosis of a meteor. You know, if we want to go very technical with it, rather than it being a star, it could just be any sort of celestial body impacting the ground. That happens in real life. But how curious that it's also maybe happened in Dragonspine? Since when? Because star silver only grows on Dragonspine. And it's called star silver. Do we know anything about it? A rare and precious ore formed by the unique geographical conditions and ley lines of Dragonspine. So you're a ley line product. And possibly nail product. Dragonspine has everything happening all at once. Hi.
That should be all right. This commission was way easier than Paimon thought it'd be. Still, do miraculous powers like that exist? Paimon was pretty skeptical before.
Want to awaken some hidden powers too, do you?
Of course! Wouldn't it make things really easy if you had, say, a super treasure-seeking ability? Or the power to just destroy any monster with one punch? Come on, Vega, wouldn't you want that?
I want more power! I'm strong enough as is. I don't need it.
Eh? But doesn't everyone say that the pursuit of more power is endless?
Paimon, don't do this to me. Don't fall to the dark side. Going down a dangerous path. And of course, I will have no choice but to follow her, but Paimon, please don't.
Come on, hurry up and put the fragments back on the star. Wow, I wonder what power will awaken. Maybe I'll even ascend to the sky.
My kid voice and my Paimon voice, once again, they're basically the same thing. Hard to differentiate them. Alright. I mean, doesn't that look like it's either... What do you call that? Like rutile? What is the geological term? I'm just thinking of rutiled quartz. Do you call it rutiled then? It's got like little spindly needles growing within the rock. Or is that technology we're seeing? I could see it being either way. Falling stars, show your true power! Before you stands a hero who has passed the trial, here to request the reward for courage and loyalty? Awaken! Knight's head? So who got the power? Was it you or me? Who passed the trial exactly?
Vega, do you feel any unbelievable power?
Not really, no.
The big rock hasn't changed a bit. No mysterious glow, not even sudden shaking or just cracking right open. Did we use the wrong incantation? Sounded right to Paimon, though. Still, we occasionally run into situations like this when we're exploring ruins. If you misremember the password or signal, the mechanism just wouldn't respond. Weird. I was told saying that stuff would liberate the hidden power.
Who told you that? Was it your dad? Was it another kid?
And the person who told me closed their eyes and started moaning in pain soon after they recited it. Not only that, but afterward, he gained a magic eye that could tell the value of gems.
Wow, so cool. Those symptoms sound familiar. That does not sound familiar. Is this a world quest I haven't done yet that I'm referring to right here? Oh! Oh my, I finally found you, you silly little goose. How'd you end up out here? Your father's been worried sick about you.
I told him I'd go back when it's time to eat. Did he have to tell you?
Still talking back? You two kids down there, don't you tarry either. Who knows what kinds of dangers might show up if you dally there. Mama Coco. She's the one who's given Orko pocket money. You bring Orko back up and explain the situation. Those are just childish fantasies he was talking about. Sorry you had to get involved in his mischief. He's gotten quite naughty, as nobody really disciplines him. After all, his mother isn't around and his father's eyesight is poor. I tried to help out as a neighbor, but I haven't got unlimited energy either.
Oh, so that's it. Paimon knew it. There's no way something like that could be true. Imagine just collecting a few stone fragments and getting mysterious powers.
That's exactly how we ascend our characters, Paimon.
I'm not being naughty. It's for Dad.
Don't be so bird-brained. It's all because you won't listen to those older and wiser. At least you're safe and sound this time. But did you ever stop to think about what would happen if you got into some real trouble someday? Enough. You just behave now and come back with me. Fine. But first, here you go, you two. We did agree. Here's the Mora I promised. Do take it. We won't want him to be someone who isn't true to their word. I was about to say I feel bad taking a kid's every last Mora. We should split it 50-50 maybe. But yeah, it's true. If he's trying to learn more discipline, he does need to keep his promises. Very well, child. I shall take your Mora.
Well, since you put it that way, we won't say no. Yeah, and maybe I'll need your help in the future. We failed this time, but that doesn't mean we won't succeed next time, right? Huh?
You little munchkin.
Come on, Mama Coco, let's go. My dad's waiting. Thank you both. See you next time.
Bye. How mysterious. I got an achievement for that. Well, let's go back to the other crater. I do want to go back down there and check out the star shard, but let's see if anything happens over here. Pardon me, may I borrow your form? Thank you. Ooh! Uh-huh, hey, this really is just like by the shadow pins. See some more? If I do this, maybe it'll be faster. Yes, lovely. What, you again? Maybe that was a new one. It was. That looks really cool. Oh, it's gone. I thought it looked cool. Can I open this while I'm in the ground? Wow, I can. Thank you very much. Let's go check on the star. I really wonder what this looks like too, the Traveler. It changed. It's rainbowy now. I don't think it was like that before. Maybe the lighting changed because it's nighttime. Hey, let's see what happens if we do it again. No harm in trying, right? No HP bar. Alright. That is beautiful. Seriously, oh, I so wonder if anything about this looks familiar to her at all. I'm thinking spaceship. I'm thinking meteorite. I'm also thinking dragon civilization though, so maybe not. How mysterious. Let's look at that achievement, see if it gives us any insights. Awaken Nighthead, but nothing happened. Fair. Oh, I probably have enough prima gems to convert. I do! I've been doing this. Wonderful. We got, Huh. I was about to say we got a lot of prima gems from maintenance, but that's not true. I'm conflating my Hoyo games. We got a lot of things in, Zenless Zone Zero recently from maintenance. Okay. Now what? Let's see. I do have more world quests on my list. Yes! Oh, I'm excited for this next one. As you can see, we're kind of trying to tie up any loose ends over in this area. Here's our next target. This temple has a puzzle, and it's got three things we need to do, and we've done 2 of them to get in there, I do believe. Let's go talk to the thing, see what it says. Now, there was something else about that star story I wanted to mention. Aha! I need 3 of these. So let's explore! What was it, though? I feel like I've spent a lot of time up in this area. Let's try spending some time down. Oh! We'll leave this guy here. Oh no, hilly churls! I don't want to fight them.
Get to work.
I'm trying to recall if those other 2 pieces were in chests, or were they just, like, in puzzles? I feel like they were in puzzles.
An impressive bounty.
Thank you very much. That whole story kind of felt like a metaphor for something, wouldn't you say? But what is the question? Hi, Capybara. You know where I could find a Qoyllor's thing? That's an interesting place. Oh, it's a sconce, not a thing. Okay. Poholosaurs? Hello? It's been a while since we've seen those guys. And you've got a leaf, so... Wonderful. Oh, is that how we get them? Doing those little, these puzzles? Is this one done already? Ooh, kind of doesn't look like it. I hit you to change your color, right? I do something. No, you're a relay. Ooh, you know what I'm seeing? One of those things that you can pull. Does it have a grappling hook in it? Yes, it does. Wonderful. Okay. Take this. How do I change the color? It was like a relay ball, right? Relay? Uh-huh. How do I change the color? Oh, by passing through one of these things, the color might change, right? Nice. Okay, going to pull this preemptively just in case. Excellent timing. Wonderful. Okay. Is this our last piece? No. Checking the list of things I got. Oh my god! It was! It was! Hey, we did it! Wonderful. This is why we come back to places. Sometimes you can spend hours wandering around, not find anything, leave and come back. There it is immediately. Huzzah. Saw sparkle up there. I sure did. Okay. Wow, these things have range, don't they? Okay, don't die. Okay, just a little bit of damage.
Look, Vega, there's a sealed gate over here.
Sure is. I wonder what... Everywhere I look, there's more details to question. What sort of barrier is this? Where's the power source? Is that phlogiston?
Don't ask how, but Paimon's got a feeling that the strange things we picked up nearby must have something to do with getting it open. Weird. Just what could be behind this gate?
Looks like lore to me.
And an oculus.
Jasper! Oh my god, hi! It could lead to a monster's lair. Maybe it's a treasure cave.
Whoa. And where there be monsters, there be treasures too, right?
Jasper agrees, but that's not a given.
Oh, come on. Stop being such a downer. We'll find out once we get inside.
Hey, you two, Outlanders, and that scarf-wearing Tibetlosaurus over there.
That's Jasper.
Aren't you the energetic one? Seriously, though, haven't you told them that a seal's a seal because it's meant to seal off forbidden areas? And you won't find anything in there except for terribly profound curses. Oh, really?
Wait, so that means there's no treasure?
Oh, I'm sure there is. Probably. Probably. Yes, but what it is something you Outlanders shouldn't be poking around. For the forbidden ground that lies behind that door is also holy ground. Only experienced couriers who have completed the trials and received approval may enter. Within, it is said, lies a medium by which our ancestors communed with the world of night. Fascinating. Speaking of which, I wasn't gone that long, was I? And yet here you are, with the 3 trial completion keystones in tow. Impressive.
When it comes to climbing up and down looking for stuff, you won't find many better than us.
Jasper agrees. Even tribal couriers might not match your speed. This is so ironic. I think it's been like 3 or 4 weeks since we first came to this place. Well, you're still not permitted to enter these taboo grounds, but my camp is nearby. How about I treat you to a quick bite, and then you can enjoy a comfy rest? We're being scammed. This guy's going to knock us out, steal the keystones, come here and open the place himself. That's how I'm feeling right now. I don't trust that smile. I do like your eyes, though. They're gray. That's very cool.
We're not hungry yet.
Well, since we've come this far already.
Paimon is kinda hungry. Why don't we just take a short little break?
Same old Paimon. Didn't seem to notice that I was trying to gracefully refuse.
Says you. Paimon's still growing, you know?
Are you, Paimon? Are you really? Are you growing into a shade, Paimon? One day. One day we will know. You two sure seem to get along well. Alright, come along now. My camp and a rest await. I will prepare some hot food, guest from afar. And should chance allow, we may have much to talk about. What is your name? I don't like that you haven't introduced yourself to us yet. That's the camp over there? No idea, let's ignore him and open the place. Maybe he's telling the truth about it being holy. Wouldn't want to intrude. Huh. Where are they? Huh. Huh. All these random things I picked up while work here on my exploration in Sumeru. I was collecting chests. Oh, it's a 4-star. Cool. Okay, same dialogue as before from that thing. Alright, buddy. We'll bite. Literally. Hopefully he doesn't poison us in the process. Hi, buddy. No need to stand on ceremony. Want to try my cooking? If you want to make some yourself, I've got a recipe in the box over there, along with some things I don't use. Feel free to go through them.
Eh? You carry recipes on you?
Drew up a bunch of copies myself as it happens. Jasper, what are you doing? Might be of use, might not, but it could save a life if you run into someone who needs saving. Wouldn't you agree?
Huh. You sure have given this some thought.
After all, you've only got yourself to rely on when you're outside the tribe. Actually, we haven't asked your name yet. My name? Call me Legba. And you, friends?
Hey, a chest.
You introduce yourselves to Legba. So, Paimon, Vega, and Jasper, the little Tibetlosaurus, a marvelous fate it is that had you meet here in Natlan. Speaking of which, Vega, what were you doing near the tribe's taboo grounds, Treasure hunting? Secret seeking? The former, naturally. Neither. Mere curiosity brought us here. I would say the latter, more like. I love secrets. Secret lore of this world.
Yep. Who wouldn't be curious after seeing a great sealed gate, anyway?
I was curious by the time we just saw the temple, you know? Decent people, I'd say. Wow. Roasted. Whatever the case, don't get any funny ideas about the place, outsiders. I will not permit you to enter. That is where our ancient ancestors re-established contact with the night. And since that day, more and more tribespeople have been able to enter the Night Kingdom's gate. Care to elaborate? I'd love to get more details on that.
What sort of place is this Night Kingdom anyway?
Oh, this is an early quest. Whoops. Well, I've heard that it's where all the people of Natlan go when they leave this world. And only a few ever return. Almost seems like he's talking about a cycle of reincarnation where loads of people are lost, but maybe he's just talking about the pilgrimages. Those are the kinds of people who can return. There, they say, the water flows like alluring light. There, they say, monumental obsidian tablets stand. It is no place for you to be curious about, even more so than our taboo grounds.
So about the thing you mentioned earlier, the one that communicates with the night world?
A medium, yes. An ancient tool by which our forebears made contact with the Wyob, the envoys of the Night Kingdom.
Whoa, an ancient tool.
Jasper's excited. Perhaps I have said too much. Whatever. Today, a stable connection has been established with the Night Kingdom, and so a medium has long been unnecessary. If you ask me, such methods were quite crude to begin with. Still, it is a sacred relic for human tribes. And it might be important to keep around, even if it's not an important piece of history. It could maybe come in useful in a pinch if the connection with the Night Kingdom is to be severed. The way things are going, I'd rather keep something like this around than carelessly get rid of it, even though that's not even on the table right now.
All right, we get it.
Good. Be right and proper. Do not trespass upon the taboo grounds. That's the way. Ha! Ha ha! Your companion is clever. A clever child indeed. Wait, was that Paimon? No, that was him. Okay. I, too, had many such brilliant children. But now I walk alone. Many years it has been since I left the flocks. Ahem. Night has drawn night sooner than I expected.
Honestly, hearing so much stuff she doesn't really understand is making Paimon sleepy.
Look at me, getting all carried away like this. Bring me the occasional person to talk to, and I get all chatty. If you don't mind, would you like to rest here for the night? I can prepare bedding for you. I will be out patrolling at night anyway, so you need not fear for your safety.
Thanks! That's thoughtful of you.
When do you sleep? If you were out during the day while we were wandering around here, he said that he got back, he was only gone for a little while. So he was out during the day, and then he patrols at night. Buddy, when do you sleep? I do worry that something's going to happen in the night, though. Lying on a bed of warm grass, you swiftly drift off as the campfire flickers by your side, but you feel as though some faint noise lingers by your ear, preventing you from falling into a deeper slumber. Is he doing the thing that I thought I was going to do? Until something cold and moist makes contact with your cheek, dragging you from the thick, dark night of dreamland. Jasper? You open your eyes to the sight of Jasper's friendly, familiar face. It seems that he was licking you to wake you up. A moment later, you realize that he's trying to show you something. A strange obsidian statue. Whoa. Whoa. Where did you find that, Jasper? Oh my god, he's so cute. Did you find this? Did you spit this out? Did you spit this out, Jasper? That's a no. I think he found it in, what's his name? What is his name? Legua's stuff, maybe?
Come on, where did you get that idea?
From my sense of humor, Paimon.
Don't you think this thing looks kinda ominous?
You're a reader of omens now, are you? Looks pretty valuable. I don't want to sell something like this. So you can read omens, Paimon? Do share.
Paimon's just telling you what she thinks. It looks like bad news. But, wait a sec. This means you ran off while we were sleeping, didn't you, Jasper?
Aw. You came back safely, that's all that matters. But, you know, please don't do that in the future. I guess this area is pretty safe, so... I don't know. I want our dear Jasper to grow up as a responsible young individual, but... Also, I do worry when you wander off by your own.
Not good. Where did you find this thing anyway? Was it some sort of super dangerous, super dirty place?
Jasper, Vega, little Paimon.
We're still here. What's up?
I hurried here upon hearing Jasper's cries. What happened? Oh, no, he's so excited to see him. This is... unbelievable. This obsidian statue is the medium that our ancestors once used to communicate with the Night Kingdom, sealed behind that great gate, deep inside the Forbidden Grounds. Did you make the little Tepetlosaurus dig it out for you? You stole the tribal relic? And to think I even prepared this camp for you, and a place to rest. Hang on, we can explain. We're busted. Run. Well, since you've got us. Hang on, we can explain. Here's my current guess. It was not sealed away. And we're actually going to go put it in there. Huh? Or someone else dug it out before us? Maybe it's Petlosaur. It seems like they can just go through the walls, maybe.
It wasn't on purpose.
Oh, it's okay, Jasper. We might be in a little bit of trouble, but I'm not angry with you. You explained the situation to Legba. But that's what happened. To think it slipped in my mind how this little one can simply tunnel everywhere. A failure on my part. Still, this is a problem. Now this medium has long been unused, but it is still a sacred relic. And if the Wyob were to be angered, we would be in deep trouble.
What do we do then?
Whatever the case, I must trouble you all to return the statue to its rightful place. Called it! Here we go, that's how we're going inside. Yes, that means you too, little troublemaker. Come on, let's go. But just so you are aware, the paths in the ruins are winding and filled with mechanisms. So, stay wary. It's funny to be back into a Saurian. Keep forgetting that I Saurianed before the cutscene. Obsidian statue. A uniquely sculpted obsidian statue with very distinctive contours. It was once used by the people of Natlan as a medium to communicate with the Night King. It kind of looks like a lightning bolt. I'm curious about that inclusion in the middle. He did literally say to us that we could go through his stuff and take stuff if we wanted to, so thank you very much, Legba. Sorry to stress you out so much. Let's learn that. Oh, it's a revival food. Ooh. Find it. Huh. I think we got this earlier? No, this is a Fontaine thing. Might have gotten that from a chest or something. It should have new on it. Here it is. Oh wow, so cute. Making me hungry, as always. Open the gate. Go below. Down here below? Yes, indeed. And what's that Oculus? Ah, here, you can have the keystone for opening the door back, but I'm watching you, don't do anything unnecessary. So, what we've learned from this so far, basically, I think the key thing is that the Night Kingdom grew, established itself, the Wyob began to exist, and then contact was formed between the humans and the Night Kingdom. You know, it wasn't like the humans were aware of and interacting with the Night Kingdom since its very beginning. They had to deliberately find a way to communicate with the Wyob, who were already very powerful. Something like that. pretty cool to see sort of the development of the YOB system. Of course, your own safety is utterly irrelevant. What's important is that I'd rather you not damage the statue.
Why do you have to emphasize that?
But it's really cool to see the development of the connection between the YOB and the people of Natlan. A damaged stone tablet. The inscription on it has been eroded by the relentless passage of time, but you can still manage to vaguely make out some of what the remaining text says. Offer to the Lord of the Crossroads. Offer to the Guardian of the Land of Night. When the obsidian mirror is bathed in twilight. Deity awaiting the decaying night's dreams. Envoy who accepts us. She will show us the ancient dream. Do you suppose the Lord of the Nights was, a Seelie? A pre-Seelie? You know what I mean? Do you suppose the Lord of the Nights was an envoy? Yeah. Because if there's something different from the YOB, I have been kind of assuming that they were in existence like the YOB, and the YOB being beings that just began to exist along with, whoa, the Night Kingdom. But they have been already established to be something different than the YOB. Maybe they were an envoy. Huh. That's going to explode. Yikes. Somebody said something and I completely did not see it because I was trying. Startled myself. I was trying to switch back to Vega. No, I was trying not to explode. But didn't really notice what they said. This is not Unified Civilization, but Dragon Civilization? I wonder if the Night Kingdom... Oh my goodness gracious. And, ooh. Look, that mechanism over there. If memory serves, we are meant to line up the lights in this. Okay. Though I'm not too sure about the details. Why don't we try pulling that lever over there first? Hey, there's an arrow. But yeah, so if this temple... Hello, Ligba. According to what's been passed down, enter the altar, we need to line up the lights. Use the mechanisms. What I'm trying to say is maybe this obsidian relic that we are holding currently, when it was last in use, maybe the dragon civilization still existed, and that was like... Yeah, well, we know that the ley lines were destroyed, so maybe the dragon civilization was collapsing as the Night Kingdom was formed. And because we know the ley lines were burnt. Just a youngster. So, the timeline might be this obsidian fragment overlaps. Where are you going? With the dragon civilization, and that's why this place... Ah. Okay. Might have been in use at that time by humans, even though it's still dragon-themed. We need to find other mechanisms. Is that one over there? Probably one over there as well. We've got to blow up that wall first, though. Let's go towards this Oculus. Ooh, we've got the ancient music going on. Fun. That's water. That'll drown my little guy. Investigate. Thank you. Can we go up here? Nice. Ooh, okay. Sure. Open door. Unlock mechanism. Once they start resonating... There we go. They give you a nice friendly grace period for this. That's nice of them. Okay. This one... Ah! Don't die, little one. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Darn it. I'm so sorry, little buddy. You're just going to go up there? Seemed like it might have. Let's go over here before we Yumkasaur again, because we'll just drown again if we don't.
Is this an answer from this world?
Okay. We'll investigate, sure. Trying to stay far away from the explosion itself. Lovely. Okay. Unlock mechanism. Oh, there's the other light. I was wondering. Aha! Oh, it looks like all the mechanisms have been unlocked. tiny little passageway in here. Oh dear. Suppose they give you that second explosive. Oh, and 3, 4, 5, just in case you you miss, they give you another chance. See what's in here. Is that a wall I can break? No. Oh my god, that was scary. Almost walked right into that one. Okay, looking up. Yeah, I guess this little room really is just for extra explosives if need be, you know? Find a way to go deeper into the ruins. Oh. I see my cooldown was still cooling down. Ooh, a chest! Not the path I was looking for, but I'll take a chest. Go that way. Oh, I need to activate that one thing, don't I? God, don't die again. This thing. But it'll lower the water? You can just walk on through? Wow, that's pretty. Excellent, let's keep going. Indeed. There's gonna be an area over here that used to have water, now doesn't. I'm just gonna check to see if there's any chests in it. Not on this side. How about on the other side? Can I tell from here? Doesn't seem like it to me. Okay. Ah. Over there's where the altar is. If tribal legend is to be believed, it might be guarded by the Wyob. Wyob embody the will of deceased guardians and may communicate with the living. The obsidian statue in their hands with the ancestors. Darn it.
Then won't the Wyob be mad that we took the statue away?
It should be alright. Reasonably reasonable. That water down there? No, it's just misty. I really feel like there's gotta be something lower down. What's that? Oh, it is water, just not deep water, okay. I love this music, it's so good. It's simultaneously so melancholy and heavy, and yet so mysterious, and it feels like there's danger here, like something still lurks here. I think that part right there especially. It gives you a sensation of movement. But it's also so peaceful, you know? So well done. You know, covering all of our bases. Nothing. If there's, like, a full version of this in Ochkanatlan for us to hear. The voices, I love the voices. Something that's more, like, has more fullness to it with more instruments. I'm going to be so happy. I think there should be. If there isn't, of course, I'll survive. But I just think it'd be really cool if there was. Wrathful manifestation. I'm so sorry for all the trouble we've caused.
Show no mercy.
It's a manifestation of the will of the Wyob, but something calm it. Okay.
Uh-oh, it's attacking!
Definitely want to keep Lolly's skills up because those are our best bets for getting through various shields and whatnot. Oh, get out of there. Yippee! Yay! The will of the Wyob made manifest, and you defeated it. You are mightier than I imagined. Most tribesfolk would have retreated in reverence as soon as they laid eyes on it, for no one knows the reason why such manifestations appear. Oh, Wyob manifestation lore. Tell me more. If you are fortunate, they may respond to you, but mostly they come to solve one problem or another. Curious. Thinking about how we usually find them around chests, so I wonder exactly what problem they're trying to solve there. Are they... You know, we often find artifacts in chests. Artifacts, manifestations of the ley lines, memories, the Night Kingdom. Would it be something along those lines? Guarding those memories?
So even you don't understand the Wyob's intentions?
Jasper, you're so cute. As I said before, the Wyob amassed the will of departed guardians. They are great, yet chaotic and abstruse by comparison, just like their realm, the Night Kingdom. Legend has it that in the days after the dragon with blazing wings awoke from within its volcano, wretched humanity could but barely eke out survival from between its great fangs, claws, and the great banner-like span of its wings. Okay. And in the meantime, the Abyss's influence only grew and grew. In that most perilous of times, they say, some tribespeople saw, in a trance, the obsidian branches that remained even in the deepest night. Obsidian branches, it really is like an inverse of Irminsul. And ever since then, more and more people of skill and talent would sense the Night Kingdom out there, beyond mundane sight. And they resisted the Abyss with totems, with the ley lines, and with the power of the elements. This was the ancient altar where our tribal ancestors would use obsidian to communicate with the Night Kingdom. The Wyob also gradually took shape during that time, and totems and consciousnesses created by the congregation of each tribe living and dead.
Well, that's how it is. That was just part of the Wyob then.
I want to reread that. Really internalize it. Dragon, naturally, the one that burned out the ley line says. They resisted the Abyss with what I assume was what was left of the ley lines. As they were dying, the Abyss's influence grew. The elements were totems of the Night Kingdom. Yeah. Wow, so the Wyob are, rather than byproducts of a natural or artificial system having to do with the Night Kingdom, they're actually, rather than being entities just sort of formed by the Night Kingdom's power itself, they're actually human-based almost. They're nexes, perhaps, of spirits? Of consciousness. They could be, you could consider them maybe manifestations of will. Huh. The Wyob are closer to being humans than they are to being, say, like fairies or something. Yes, but a mere embodiment of a single thread of their will. Yeah, and the Wyob manifestations are miniature versions and expressions of their will. They say that the Wyob possess no true solid shape or form. It might be hard to explain, but, that entity will surely reappear should you provoke the Wyob.
Let's just focus on putting the statue back on the altar then?
And that explains why the Wyob manifestations reappear. I love how cohesive it is. Alrighty, let's put it back. And that explains why I never saw any Wyob in the Night Kingdom. You don't see them. They don't have physical forms. Make an offering. It's like an offering to the Statue of the Seven, but it's an offering to the Wyob. Night Kingdom? Night Kingdom! Oh my god.
Huh? Weren't we in the canyon ruins just now? Where is this?
Projection of an obsidian tablet. Come, over here. Idle, medium, turn. Yes, we did. The gentle voice drifts in as if from far away, like whispers carried on the wind. Cold consciousness constantly calls out to you, though, through the obsidian statue in your hand. Return. Alright. I'll return it. Here you go. There it is. It's beautiful. Look at those flowers. Long has it been since visitors from afar have come. This place is too big, too empty. And notice how their dialogue, their words are so much clearer now that we've returned the totem used for communication, or the medium, that is, used for communication. The dark filth enters uninvited, staining even the darkest dreams. Our nation is invaded once more. If the slain are swallowed by the turbulent tides of darkness, the flames of the living, dawn and dusk, all shall be extinguished. Trust not lightly the so-called vision of the sacred mountain. Reject his promise. Yeah, do you think that the quote-unquote evil dragon, asterisk, is in the Sacred Mountain. Oh, he must have been in a trance. Oh, he's talking to Jasper. You earned yourself so many points just now, buddy. I trust him so much more. You've returned. You gave me quite the fright there, vanishing once you got close to the altar. Thought you'd been abducted by the Wyob. Wow, we actually vanished? We didn't just astrally project? Powerful stuff. Hi, Jasper. Sorry if we scared you.
Well, we got quite the fright ourselves. That place was super freaky. There was even a huge stone tablet that spoke to us. What's wrong, Jasper? Were you worried?
Oh, I think he was. Sorry, Jasper. Now, see what I told you? Your friends have returned, no? Still, a huge stone tablet, you say? Is he going to tell us what that is? I've been wondering, because I've theorized before that maybe that's the physical form of the Night Mother? But, you know, having just learned that the Wyob have no physical form, maybe not. Maybe the Night Mother also has no physical form. So I'm thinking instead, maybe it's a nexus point. I believe when we first learned about the Night Kingdom, or when we first were learning about it, I wondered if it might have a central point like Irminsul. You know, the ley lines are the system, the roots, the branches. Irminsul's the heart. And so we've got the Night Kingdom, we've got the totem poles. I was wondering, is there a central core through which all flows? Basically, if the abyss gets there, we're doomed. Maybe that's what that huge stone tablet is. Unless the huge stone tablet that we're talking about right now is just the one that we were speaking to. You tell like about what you saw. Hopefully he tells us more. To defeat a manifestation of the Wyob's will. And from what you said, it sounds like you even entered the Night Kingdom. Seems you are no ordinary Outlanders. To think that I lived to see one who might return from the Night Kingdom. My life has been worth it after all. Alright, now that our little issue has been resolved, let us return. I must find a way to return the seal back to how it was.
Little issue? Didn't we, do, that to a manifestation of the will of your tribe's Wyob?
It's no biggie. They gather energy from the ley lines over time. You needn't fret on their account.
Is it really okay for a tribesperson like you to be that cavalier about your own object of worship?
It is fortunate, yes. For you. Were I a stricter adherent, punishment would surely await you.
Yeah, no thanks.
And you, little one, never dig anything up from around here again. Jasper feels like he wants to do just that. Either way, let us make haste before any ancestors decide to protest our action. Group photo! Except no one's looking at the camera. Okay, a bunch of thoughts. No taking without permission, offering to nothingness. Night Jade? Okay, first of all, this triangle looks eerily similar to stuff we would see on the Dainichi Mikoshi. But I guess they're probably just reusing assets, right? Right? The Dainichi Mikoshi is unified civilization. Getting a little nervous that we haven't seen any dragon motifs in here. This is very unified civilization, actually. Then again, we haven't seen any Triquerta either. Okay, Night Jade. Probably here, right? Yes. A nearly weightless black jade enveloped in chilling flames. According to Natland's legends, offering it at a specific altar might just open a path to the kingdom ruled by the night? Hi. Nothing. So not this altar then. Let's see if they give us an easy way back out. We trust in the mechanics. Not like an endless pit. No, a very small pit, actually. Okay, so the Wyob also, they regenerate energy from the ley lines. Huh. I suppose the Night Kingdom and the ley line system really are still very intertwined. Okay. Makes me especially concerned about the repercussions the captain's plan will have. If he manages to pull it off. Let's just teleport back to the temple. We're trying to close this place off anyways. Wait, if we close it off again, am I not allowed back in? I sure hope I got all those chests. Ah! I'm on the wrong side, aren't I? Hey, Sparkle though. Seriously though, did I get all those chests? I honestly might check. This is a nightmare.
Starfall!
For sealing that place off. Probably should have Yumka Sword when I had the chance. But I didn't. No more sconces either. Ooh! That actually might have been the end of the quest. We're not tracking, and we did get a whole bunch of rewards right there at the end. Excellent. Wait, why was that quest blocked? Oh, that was a daily. I see. Yay, it's still open! Because he said he needed to find a way to close it. He doesn't know how. What's up with that? That's just grass from a very strange angle?
Coming!
You see what I'm looking at? Oh, it is just grass from a very strange angle. Wow. Okay, so I guess we've cleared this place then. Wow. And our doorway remains open. Delightful. I guess we're too close. Battle's still going. Okay, so we got a mysterious trinket. We opened the temple. Oh, there's no teleporters down there, so you can't take a quick peek. Huh. But still, I think we cleared out this area of its quest. We have some reputation rewards assigned to the canopy. Oh, that must have been assigned to the canopy world quest. You know what? We should actually look at how many obsidian fragments I have. Oh my god, did we finish them all? I think we did. Ah, cool. Because I'm getting kind of a lot of them. Where would that be? Here? Yes. Okay, I need 3, right, for each place? Still only at 2 for both of those. Okay. Wonderful. I can offer? Really? I only needed 8. That seems suspicious. I'm 8 short, maybe? I feel misled. Really? And now it's gone. Oh, that's hilarious. This one also wants me to offer... Oh, 70. Now, I do believe 70. Let's go do that. I'm just kind of scanning over my mental map of anything else to do. I know there's tons more world quests in this area. We will want to do sooner rather than later. Offer. What do I get? Oh, nice. Oh, nice. I'll take it. And you know what? Wait, 2! Nice! I think we're at exactly 1 standard wish then. So we'll save that for later. What did I just get that I was excited about? Oh, the belay. Okay, we'll save that. Notifications. Let's try to get through some of these letters. Yeah, we've got a bunch piling up. I'm thinking we'll start wrapping up now, basically. You know, talking without permission, return the obsidian idol. Offering to nothingness, collect all the shattered night jade and combine it into the sacrificial night jade. Oh, that's why I got that at that moment. I must have gotten a shattered jade. Huh. Okay. But basically, what I'm thinking now is we'll probably do the Archon quest next. If all things go according to plan. They often don't. So I'm gonna head us back over to the stadium where we were when we last did the Archon quest. I'm expecting the next episode to be quite long, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately. Because of the nature of Act 4. I don't know how things will play out. Hopefully we will be able to break it up into standard length episodes. But just in preparation for my sanity, this one might be a little bit shorter. But let's finish up with our housekeeping. First of all, I've got some notices. Update summary. Is that all? Wonderful. Mail from Kazuha. Let's see, quickly checking. Seems okay. A place to return to. From Kazuha! At dawn, The Alcor dropped anchor by a nameless shore. I scattered breadcrumbs across the deck and watched as the gulls quarreled for their share before taking flight once more. A thought came to me then. Even weary birds have a nest to return to. Yet in this vast world of sea and sky, where can a traveler's heart find rest? Just as that thought lingered, the white sails caught the wind, and the sound of the anchor sinking into the waves mingled softly with the rhythm of the tide. In that moment, my body felt lighter, like a single leaf of duckweed, rootless and unmoored, yet free and untroubled all the same. Our journeys, the steps we take, the pauses we make, the partings we endure, all arise from a single fleeting thought. And if one's heart remains at peace, then surely, no matter where the wind carries us, every place beneath the heavens can be called home. I've heard your travels have carried you to Nodcry. Perhaps one day we'll meet again, maybe at a quiet harbor where the waves rest, or by chance in the shade of some distant forest. When that time comes, I'd like to walk beside you once more, and hear you tell the stories you've gathered beneath the moonlight. Though storms and thunder may await along your road, remember that the gentle breeze never leaves your side. It will always return to sweep the clouds away. Take care, my friend. That was beautiful. That was so poetic. How fitting. I really love that he's a traveler like we are, you know? I really delight in the fact that there's people like us in this world. People who travel. People who wander. All-weather beauty. And this was such a sweet letter, too. Thank you, Kazuha. Happy birthday. I'm coaching. Seems safe. Share a bite. Another year, another birthday. I'd planned to do what I did last year. Prepare a proper meal myself and gather with my friends to celebrate. But as it turns out, a member of the survey team had a family emergency and had to rush home, so I took over his work to let him return without worry. Juggling multiple tasks is nothing new to me, but it does mean I won't be making it back to Larua Harbor on time. The ingredients I'd ordered will have to be handed off to a neighbor instead. Still, my teammates surprised me today with what they called a birthday cake. A closer look revealed that it was made of mashed potatoes and carrots, shaped like a cake, with a few grilled tigerfish stuck on top in place of candles. A little creativity in hard times. It's not without its charm. Would you care to share a bite with me? Huh. A member of the survey team. Where are you coaching? If anything, I would think that she's over by the Stygian Outbreak ley line, because that's where she was for the Stygian Onslaught event. But survey team? I don't think she would describe the team that she has there as a survey team. Maybe she's just doing regular Yuhongli things. But oh yeah, is she in charge of what is she in charge of as the Yuhong? Is it land? That would make sense that she'd be working with the survey team. Still, happy birthday, Kuching. I'm sorry to hear you're working on your birthday. Thanks for the mystery that you've handed me. Could be nothing. I'm so curious. Where is she? Okay, not a cry. I think this is actually okay. Yeah. All's well in the end. I've always felt that the best way to understand a new place is to see how its people find energy, and how they waste time. So, when I had business to attend to in Nodcry recently, I made sure to sample the local cuisine and even stopped by an underground fighting ring or two. You won't exactly learn refined combat techniques in those no-holds-barred matches, but you can read a lot about the participants' personalities and ways of thinking from the way they strike and defend. I have to admit, I rather enjoyed the observation, and ended up staying a few days longer than planned. In any case, my work went smoothly, and since I was away long enough, it seems the affairs of the Fortress of Meripede managed to sort themselves out in my absence. A win-win situation, I'd say. Oh, and as for the part where I got a little carried away, let's keep that between us, shall we? But things just worked out for this guy. Good for him, it is his birthday after all. He left some issues at the fortress to go solve some other issues, had some fun, and then everything fixed itself. How delightful. The secret sauce BBQ ribs. Oh my god, that just reminds me of all the mysterious food down in the fortress. Frontier Land? Is this from Nodcry? Wow. This one does not appear to contain any alcohol. This looks delicious. And this little icy chill with smoky astringent notes? Huh. I'm so curious. Ooh, is this another Nodcry thing? Lohiketo? Lohiketo. Wow, that's so beautiful. What a description. Happy birthday, Reedsley. And apparently it was Sucrose. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. It mentioned Albedo. Apparently it was Sucrose's birthday. I'm looking at my recording, not even the screen. Where's my mouse? Ah. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm not going to read this one. Because, wait, I should scroll it. There you go. I'm not going to read this one because I saw Albedo. And the last time I got a letter from Albedo, everyone warned me not to read Albedo's letter. So just out of safety, I'm going to avoid reading Sucrose's letter. I'm sorry, Sucrose. I love you and your crab dish, but happy birthday. Okay, I think I do feel pretty sufficiently wrapped up. I am hoping to get back to the Archon quest next time, if all goes according to plan. And for now, we are done here. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Special thank you to our Patreon supporters: Jay Blakewood, Konosard, Power of Chaos, Mary, Edu, Chibrilia, the Loyal Servant of Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, Ruru, Axel Iron, Jake Quellen, Lunar, Sonova, Mathsan, Marcin Chunishevsky, Marcus, Sal, and all of our anonymous patrons. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye now!